Hello, everybody. This is your guy Joseph over at UCP. I can't tell you how much that we all miss you and we thinking about you all every day. We're praying that you all are staying safe. We're praying that you all, family members, are staying safe. Just remember, we will always be here for you, and we're looking forward to a time where we can get back to normal and have fun and learn and do all the things that we have been accustomed to doing. But in the meantime, always, just remember to wash your hands, practice social distancing, wear your mask. They are cool. Make you a cool mask, make you a fun mask. Make you a mask, get you a mask, wear your mask. Let's stop COVID-19 because we can beat it together. I promise. We're looking forward to seeing you all again. UCP forever. See you soon.
Hi guys, I'm here with Taylor and we are at our local Dollar General getting ready to make brownies.
Okay, so we make sure that we had on our mask before we enter the store. So let's start shopping for our brownies.
So we have made it to the brownie aisle, and as you can tell, there are a lot of different brownies that you can choose from today. And today we will be choosing fudge. So we have picked out our brownies, and now we are going to get everything that we need to make the brownies. We need 3 tablespoons of water, a half a cup of vegetable oil, and 2 eggs. So we have vegetable oil.
When choosing your eggs, you have to open it to make sure that it's not cracked.
And due to COVID-19, we are making sure that we are social distancing with the individuals in the community, making sure that we are staying 6 feet apart by standing on our side.
Okay, and right now she has gave the items to the employee to pay for it. The total is $3.96. She is handing the employee a $5, and we are about to receive our change and our items.
Always remember to wash your hands before cooking with antibacterial soap. Hey guys, it's Ashley again, and now that we have all of our ingredients to make our brownies, just a few supplies that we need to cook. We have a bowl to mix our brownies in, measuring cup, and spoons and a whisk for us to get started. So, are you all ready? So, before we get started on making our brownies, we are going to go ahead and preheat the oven. And we are going to set it to 350.
Go.
So, as instructed on the back of our fudge brownie box, we need 2 eggs, oil, and of course we have water. So, let's get started. So, we have our brownie mix open, and we are going to pour the mix into the bowl. Next is a half a cup of vegetable oil. As you can tell, we have already put our vegetable oil in there, and it's stopping at half a cup. We're going to pour into the bowl. Next, we are going to have to crack 2 eggs.
Perfect.
So after adding your oil and eggs, we will add 3 tablespoons of water. If you are like me, unfortunately, and don't have a measuring cup for your tablespoons, here's a little trick to just get a regular spoon.
Go.
And we're going to turn the water on. 1, 2, 3. And now that we have our brownies all good and mixed up, we are going to now pour the brownie mix into the pan. Alright, so now that we have our brownies in the pan, we're gonna put them into the oven. Please remember to be careful because the oven is very hot. So when cooking your brownies, always remember to read the back of the brownie box. Depending on the pan size that you use will also depend on the time that you will cook it. So now that we have let our brownies cook and cool off, we cut them and now it's time to share with friends. Hey, do y'all want some brownies?
Sure.
Yes. Okay, here's a napkin. Yeah, and take one. Oh, there was sauce and everything.
That's how you make
Thank
that
you.
good.
Okay. Would you like a napkin?
Sure.
Looks great. Do they taste?
They're really good.
See?
As you guys can tell, we followed the instruction, and Miss Cheryl loves it.
I love them. Let me know when the next batch is coming.
Pretty good. Thank you. All right, and that is how you make brownies. And don't forget to share, clean after yourself, and always wash your hands.
Hey guys, who do I speak with about buying the produce?
That would be me.
Oh, okay, awesome. How much are these?
Okay, so for the bell pepper, it would be 50 cents.
Okay.
And for the banana peppers, 10 cents each.
Okay.
And for the tomatoes, it would be 25 cents each.
Okay, so how much is that in all?
In all, there will be $1.45. Total would be $1.45.
Okay, okay, I think I have that. So where do y'all grow these at?
They're grown freshly at UCP, which is United Service Housing of West Alabama's garden outside, right across the street.
Oh, awesome. They smell amazing. And then here's 10, 20, and then 25. So 2 dimes, a quarter, and $1.
Which is $1.45. Would you like a receipt, ma'am?
Yes, please.
All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
And can I have your name, ma'am?
Macy Barnhill, M-A-S-I-E.
And here's your receipt.
Thank you so much.
And we will see you soon.
Awesome, thank
Enjoy.
you. I'll just place these in this bag.
Hey, Macy.
Hey.
What are you planning on doing with those?
I'm planning on making some special salsa tonight for taco night. I'm going to use the bell pepper and the banana pepper in the salsa, as well as one of the tomatoes. I'm going to cut them up and use the juice and such to make the sauce.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye. So guys, today we're going to make a corn dip. The ingredients for this corn dip, you're going to have some Mexican 4-cheese blend, regular sour cream, some mayonnaise, 2 cans of the Mexican corn, and 1 can of white corn. And then you're also going to have some onions. So the first thing I'm going to do, you just put it all in here at the same time pretty much. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this. I'm going to drain it. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to measure out 2 cups of cheese. So I'm going to put it all in here. You can probably be a little generous with it and put more in there than 2 cups. Just depends on your preference. And then we're going to do a cup of mayonnaise. Oh, thank you. We've got our corn drained. You have to make sure you drain it. Take that out. I'm going to take it and just dump it out in there. Make sure you get all of it. All of it in there. Go ahead, mix it up a little bit in there if you want. And then we're going to take our mayonnaise. You have to open it brand new. Got the mayonnaise open. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to squeeze it into this 1 cup measuring cup. Put the lid back on it. Might help it squeeze up a little better. So it's probably going to take about all of this. This is 5.5 fluid ounces, and 1 ounce or 1 cup is 8 ounces. So we're going to use almost this whole entire thing of mayonnaise. So next, we're going to open up the Mexicorn. So we're going to use a can opener. And you gotta be careful with canisters, they can get a little dangerous. I'm gonna put it on the side right here. Spin it. I can get it. Alright, now we're gonna drain these as well, and I'll have my assistant over here who's currently chopping up the onions drain these for us. So you gotta be careful with these lids, they're really sharp. She's gonna drain it in the sink, and basically what you do is just hold the top of the lid, you just pour it over the sink and all the water comes out. We have a little demonstration of that. Drained. So we're gonna open this back up. Like I said, it's dangerous with that top, so use a spoon to open it. Pour it back in here. Alright, got that in there. Pour the second one in there. And these already have red and green peppers in there. They smell a little spicy, but it's amazing with the taste. It just makes it explode with taste. Okay, so I got that in there, mix it all up. And then next we're gonna put in the sour cream. We're gonna put in a cup of sour cream, just like with the mayo, we're sticking with the cup. So I'm just gonna dip this in here. Get it out. Okay, then we're gonna mix this on in there. And then after the sour cream, we're gonna put in the onions. And usually they say you just do one bundle of onions, which is probably like maybe 15 onions or so. What are they? They're
Green onions.
Green onions. Green onions. So about 15 of those. It's coming along. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty yummy there. All right, I think we're ready for the green onions. Let me grab these. About how many green onions you need. Say, and then we're gonna just do them in phases. So we'll put those in. And we're gonna go ahead and stir these in. Make sure it's nice and stirred in there. And then once we get done stirring all these onions in, we're gonna go ahead and let it set in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can do it overnight if you wanna do it overnight as well. That's fine, but we're planning on eating this tonight, so don't have too much time to wait around on it. I'm gonna finish that, stir this in. Nice. Stir it up. I'll show you what it looks like in the end. And then you can use Tostitos, you can use regular chips, whatever you want to eat with it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the fridge and let it set for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then it's ready to eat. It's a pretty easy dish to make. So today, guys, we are going to be making salsa with the tomato and the peppers that we got out of the garden today. So first off, we're gonna start with cutting up the tomatoes. So we have our chef assistant, Juliet, cutting up. She's already cut up a few of the tomatoes. She's gonna continue cutting up. And you see that she does that by cutting a few slices into the tomato and then cutting them further into slices. And then cutting them some more. You gotta be careful, it's pretty wet. You don't wanna cut yourself with a knife. And these tomatoes are gonna be the base for our salsa. And when we're done cutting these up, we're gonna put them into a bowl and we are going to start adding in the jalapenos, peppers, and the cilantro. Okay, so now we're going to clean off the cilantro. So we're gonna make sure it's nice and clean. This was bought at a store, so you wanna make sure it gets nice and cleaned off. Okay, that should be good. Just do a little shake, and then we're gonna put it on the cutting board. Okay, so now we're gonna cut it, and you simply just cut it by trying to chop off the tops. There you go, perfect. And we'll probably chop off like maybe half of it. We don't need too much to go into the salsa. You don't want it to be overpowered with cilantro. So Juliet's just cutting it up very finely. We don't want the stems. We just want the leafy part of the cilantro. That's really where the taste comes from. Okay, so now we're gonna cut up our banana peppers. They smell so yummy. And so we're gonna do this I do it by cutting down the middle. It's easier to cut. And then also too, what you really wanna make sure is you get all those seeds out, because those seeds are what makes it really hot. And I don't really like that hot of salsa, personally. I'm a little weak when it comes to hot foods. So cut those all out. And then I'm gonna cut these all out. Make sure you get them all. You can leave a few if you want a little bit of a more of a saucy taste, spicy to it. But I personally don't like my mouth being on fire. Okay, so we got most of those out. So I'm gonna take it and I'm going to now just cut off the ends. So I got both ends cut off. And then I'm just gonna cut them very finely. So you can even do another cut down the middle if you want. And then you're just gonna cut it up really small. I'm trying to probably do like half an inch, maybe, if even a little less than that. And you can kind of grab them and do a quick little cut through again to make them a little finer. Okay, with these, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these one more time in the middle. Cut them a little finer. You don't want to be chomping on peppers while you're eating your salsa. You want to be chomping on the chip. Okay. Do this one the same. Go ahead and cut this one a little bit too. Won't hurt. Depending too on how hot you like your salsa, you could get a pepper that's a little bit more spicier to add a little bit more flavor, or you could add like hot sauce if you want to it. Okay, so we got our pepper cut. Okay, so we need a whole lime to use in the salsa for its lime juice. So a trick that I recently learned is that you roll the lime. You can roll it in your hand, or you can roll it back and forth just for a few minutes to kind of get the juices in there out of the pulp. So just roll it around. So this has been rolled around for a few minutes. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting it. So just be careful with limes. If you have like a cut or anything, it's gonna burn it. So make sure any cuts you have Band-Aids on them, and be careful not to get it in your eyes. All right, so I cut it in half. I'm gonna take one half of it, set it right here, and cut it. So the point is, by cutting it up in these little pieces, slices, is it's easier to squeeze into there. So I'm just gonna cut it up. It's easier to have control of it too if you turn it around and put it on the cutting board like this. Cut that one up. Cut this one up. And make sure that your lime is like pretty ripe and ready to be cut. If the outside is too hard, it makes it a little too difficult to cut. That would be fine. Okay, so then we're gonna take these, we're gonna squeeze them in here, like so. Put a little hand over the other one to make sure that none of the juices fly out. Do the same there. It's a little difficult to get a lot out. So if you don't want to do the lime, you can always just buy lime juice already made in like a little lime cup. Okay, so we're gonna put these all in and then we'll move on to our next step. Okay, now we're going to cut up the onion to go into the salsa. And you see how the onion's like kind of rough looking in the middle? We're gonna cut that out. It's definitely not something you should eat. So you have to peel the onion when it comes. It has like a lot of layers to it. You'll see the layers. You have to peel those off. And then once it becomes really smooth under all those layers, that's when you know you're pretty good with peeling and you can start actually cutting the onion. So it actually has a little bit more of a wider look once you get down further in those layers. And here we're gonna cut that part off. Just take some of the pieces that look okay and cut those up. Take this up a little. Slightly, you just cut them from the top to the bottom and then cut them in smaller pieces as well. I'm gonna kind of get them pretty fine because you're not chomping on them like with the peppers. You just do it in one quick motion. And just continue that for about half of the onion. And then we're gonna place it in the bowl with the cilantro, the peppers, and the tomatoes. Just gonna keep cutting it. Okay, so now we have the bell pepper. So we're gonna cut the bell pepper open. This is what the inside of a bell pepper looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said earlier, with the banana pepper, that was where the seeds were in there. The seeds are also in a bell pepper, and that's where it's at. So we're gonna go through here. I'm gonna cut out the seeds because I don't want it to be that spicy of salsa. So you just go around and cut it in a circle. Try to cut out this middle part. Take it and you pull it out and try to get out some of the seeds. Just pull them out. Okay, so now I take the pepper. I'm gonna just cut it in 4 squares, like so. And then I take it and cut it again, like this. Just trying to get it as small as possible. So when I cut it, it'll be very small and fine, easy to eat. So take it, cut these pieces up, and then again just chop them very small, very fine pieces. Okay, so once we finish cutting this, we're gonna add this into the bowl with all the other salsa ingredients we have been cutting up to this point. Okay, so now we're gonna add in all of our spices. So we're gonna add in half a tablespoon of pepper. I'm gonna add in, oops, if I can get it. Good. Half a tablespoon of salt. Some crushed peppers. We're going to use 1/4 tablespoon of crushed peppers. The trick is you can just open the top and put these in here. Mix that on in here. Okay, we're going to use 1/4 a teaspoon of ground cumin. Ooh. And then we're gonna use my favorite ingredients, which is garlic. So we're gonna continue with the 1/4 teaspoon of garlic. If I can get this open. Sometimes you can, oh, there you go, just pop the little tops on there. And add some garlic in there. Ooh, it's looking delicious. Okay, and then it's not really like, doesn't have that soupy texture. So what I'm gonna do is just add in a cup of water just to kind of help it, you know, have that salsa-y texture to it, so you can kind of scoop it a little bit more. So just a little bit of water, and you can eye it with the water as well. After you've mixed in all the seasoning, just eye the water and see if it's becoming too much or if it's not enough. You can always add some more in there. Perfect. Okay, and so once you have all the ingredients in there, you mix it up and you've got yourself some homemade salsa. Hope you all enjoyed watching the video.